What is good, YouTube? A Squad 72, and today I have a My Hero Academia discussion video for you. But I'm not by myself. I have the man, the myth, Mr. Lord Cantavius Jones. Go ahead and say what up to the people.
What up to the people?
All right, like I said earlier, it's My Hero Academia. This is a series that you have been like, I don't want to say begging, but you kind of been like, look, man, you need to check this out. And so I checked it out. I watched season 1 and 2 all the way through. Sub, by the way, for people who wonder if I watch anime sub or dub sub. And I got some things to say about it. Now you have a couple things that you wanna get off your chest as well. And I think we have a real good discussion here today. Wait, what do you want to start?
Uh, I guess episode 1, and then we just work our way up, or whatever's necessary, because we don't have to do all the episodes. That would be a long process.
Yeah. You want to just hit like the major points and go from there.
Yeah, let's do that.
So check this out. With the main character is Deku or Meteori, or I can't really pronounce his name like that. But Deku, I don't like him. He's crying all the time. I don't like my main characters in anime to cry consistently about nothing. And it's one of those things where, yeah, I get his story, but at the same time, it's like, bro, you don't have to be this emotional like every single day, bro. You'll be all right. What do you think about Deku's character?
I personally, I love Deku's character. I love the way that he's done. I love his ambition, and I love the way that he's always, thinking of everyone else, which can be good and bad, especially since he's trying to be a hero. Because if he's worried about everyone else, he's not going to think of himself. So that's, injure himself a lot. But I love his passion, man. I love his passion, and I mean I guess that's about it. His determination.
Yeah, because I mean, like you said, he cares about other people. You can get that from initially just he wants to be a hero, wants his quirk, which he can't get a quirk because he's quirkless. That's his thing. And so
Yeah.
he's very smart. He dedicated pretty much his entire life to learning about every single quirk, and he has notebooks or journals, like 13 different journals filled with just information on people's quirks, how their quirks work, and different things. Very knowledgeable. And like you said, he works hard. He's very dedicated to his dream and everything. And I can respect that, because like a lot of anime characters nowadays have dreams or something they want to work for. You have One Piece with Luffy trying to be king of the pirates. Naruto's deal was the Hokage or whatever it is. He just wants to be a hero. That's one of those things. And when he stumbles upon All Might, which is his, like, I guess his mentor now, or to some degree, and he gets his quirk. I mean, like, but up until that point, he was like, look, man, I just want to be a hero. But then he's all emotional because of Bakugo, and I didn't like that. I wanted him to stand up for himself, because it's not like Bakugo, with his explosive quirk, he can like kill him or anything, because they're kids. But it's just that I didn't like how emotional he was. But he does have like a major work ethic, and he does have very extensive knowledge of a lot of different quirks, which I can appreciate coming from a character who doesn't have a quirk. But
I agree.
yeah. But also, like we mentioned, All Might and Bakugo. And this is the thing with that. What I also like about this anime too is the vast character array, and every character seems to get somewhat fleshed out. Like you get their backstory, you get why they're doing what they're doing, and the entire class A, it's a story to tell here. Versus whether it's Deku, Bakugo, Endeavor's son, Icy Hot, and it's from Grape Juice to you name it. Everybody, they have a specific backstory. They have a specific drive, and they give you I wouldn't say sneak peek, but they give you enough to understand the character with pretty good. I also like that too. But All Might, when he finally meets him, he has all these questions for him. He already signs the notebook and everything, and he's trying to get away from him. And All Might is, I don't know, man. Like I feel like he's a great hero, but he's a terrible teacher.
Yeah. Yeah, terrible teacher, man.
What part of the anime were you really like on, or something that you really enjoyed or really like?
Um, I enjoyed. I enjoyed everything they did, but I think it had to be. Actually, for me, it was episode one that really got me in. But when they did the tournament art for school, what was it? The school
Oh yeah, the sports festival.
sports festival. That's what really got me into it because like it was, in my opinion, uh, tournament art done correctly, you know, because like it didn't just show the main character and his fights and then his trials and whatnot. It showed everyone's, even people that are reoccurring characters who just show up one time. We get to see why they wanted to be heroes. We got to be in their heads and whatnot, and I loved it. I loved every bit of it. Just amazing, man. But I think that was also the most emotion that I've ever felt for a show of any kind. So yeah, that was my most favorite thing. I don't think I have anything that I don't like about this show. Um, I guess I have one. Well, had one until recent, until I saw the last episode of the second season. Was the main antagonist
I think
name, the gray
yeah,
hair guy with
yeah.
the hands on his face.
I think
Him.
they call him 13, and I'm not sure because I tried to count how many hands are on this guy, and I think I counted 13, but I also think 13 was the hero with black hole ability.
um got names up here so I can remember them. Villains. There it is. Tomaru Shigaraki. This guy.
Yeah,
In the beginning, I didn't like him because he didn't seem to have a drive. He did things because he wanted to. So like in the beginning, it didn't make sense to me. But the more they showed him, like I started digging him a little bit. But like he's still not, on my high list. He's actually very low on the characters that I like. So if I have any issues, it's with him and how they're portraying him right now. Because right now he's just like some spoiled kid. And that's it. That's all we have. Um, like I said, up until the very end of the second season, when he finally got some sort of drive, which I think is silly because still he's just using the drive of somebody else, and
yeah.
he's gonna twist it into his own way, which I think is silly. But I guess we'll see. We'll have to see what he does with that for me to judge him even more. Until then, I don't like him very much.
I mean, I thought he was a creepy character with the hands, and he's always scratching his neck, and he has like this weird, I guess, like
He makes
anxiety.
Yeah,
And
yeah, he makes for a great creepy character.
definitely, and so his quirk too, he decays thing, which is it's a very unique quirk because like I know we're kind of jumping around, but he 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 just decays things, man. He has like this very, it's like he falls apart, and it matches his quirk because when something doesn't go according to his plan, he just completely just falls apart. Like he can't take
Fired.
anything interrupting his plans. If it doesn't go to his plans, like to his mind. And
Mm-hmm.
I felt like he had a drive, like he had a motive. He just wanted to get rid of heroes. He wants to kill All Might. I feel like to me that's a pretty good objective. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
what other way to solidify yourself within like this particular world than just killing the greatest hero of all time? And so
Well, I understand, but like he never really gave a reason, or at least I don't think he gave a reason to why he wanted to kill All Might. He just said, "I just want to kill All Might," and that was it. Um, the hero killer, he had a reason. He had a reasoning for Stain. He had a reasoning for what he did because heroes forgot who they were and they all tried to be popular. So he set out to just kill those who wanted to be popular and make everyone else remember why they were heroes. That was it. Which we go back to Tomura. He's going to take that drive that just said his name and I could Sanser.
It doesn't matter. You know what? I'm just
Yeah,
gonna call him
hero
13
killer.
because
I'm just gonna call him hero killer.
Stain.
He's taking a drive that hero. Yeah, Stain. He's gonna take what Stain wanted, and he's going to now mesh it to his own thing, which is still, in my opinion, nothing. He's not elaborating on anything he wants to do. He's just doing it because some decrepit guy told him to. That's all I'm getting out of it. Now I understand. Actually, I was gonna say I understand why All For One, is it One For All who's the anti?
All For One.
All For One. Yeah. I was gonna say I understand why All For One does what he does, but I don't know. I forgot why he did what he did. Like, did they even say?
Yeah, they stated
why he wanted to. Okay.
Yeah, because so apparently it's a lore, and the reason like All Might is like the greatest hero, and he has his quirk is one for all because he states that he was quirkless at one point as well, and so, but the reason why he can transfer his quirk is because the quirk was given initially from All For One. He was evil, and he had the ability to give out quirks, and so he had a little brother. And he gave him One For All, and instead of the little brother being evil, he combated All For One and gave on his ability to other people, which is why you have like 7 or 8 people for Deku who has One For All, and person they refine it a little bit more and they get a little stronger, and so that's what that's about. So like you have All For One, he's training up 13. I'm just calling him 13 because I really can't pronounce it. But yeah, so he's training him up. I guess he wants to like possess his body because he explicitly said that, yeah, man, I'm training him to be the next me. And so either he's just gonna give him all of his power, or he's gonna take over his body, one of the two. And so it's that's what's up in the air right now. And so with that being said, Stain, like you said, his drive. Yeah, man, you know, we're supposed to be heroes and we have these powers to help people, and we're only doing it to get money and to be popular and endorsements, and that's not what the hero's about. And so he wants to kill All Might, and that's the recurring theme of this entire thing. It's yeah, we want to watch Deku improve with his powers and become, you know, a great hero, but at the same time, it's really about everybody wants to kill All Might or beat All Might and at being a superhero. But Stain, he had such drive and he emanated such a presence that it's like when his mask fell off, and again, like I know we're just jumping around, but his mask fell off and everybody was frightened because they're like, look, man, this guy, it's just something about him that we can't put our finger on it, but he's crazy. He's legit crazy, and he may kill all of us. You know what I mean?
That scene, yeah, that scene, dude, that scared me. Like, like I backed away from the TV. I was like, "Oh man, this guy's gonna kill everybody." Continue.
But yeah, I like that, and like you said, it was he does have he has a drive now, or he has somebody else's. He has borrowed drive, I guess. 13, and that's cool too. But I feel like a hero has a dream, he has a goal to work towards, and that's like his drive. Sometimes the villain is just just that. He's just a villain. I want to do this because I want to do it, and that's drive enough. And I think that's one thing. He didn't necessarily need. He didn't need to go talk with Deku or anything like that to finally get some drive. I think he already had it. It was just it wasn't aimed or pinpointed or like guided in the right area because they were just giving him evil people, which I mean that's cool too. But you see where that got you. Like you just can't have an army behind. You have to be able to direct that army and be efficient with what you have. So that's one thing as well. But I'm glad you brought it up.
Thank you.
But so what did you think about? Like I said, you mentioned the sports festival and how they use that to recruit heroes, and they go through that little process. I know we're kind of going backwards, but I guess it's to everybody else. They go front to back. We'll go in reverse. We're different. So
I imagine anyone who's watching this probably seen the whole thing. Hopefully, if not, spoiler alerts.
right, super spoilers. So with that, I guess with the sports festival and the obstacle courses and everything like that. With the matchups that happened, which were your favorite matchup? Like how did you feel watching that? I know you say you enjoyed it and you really liked it, but I mean, like, what was like the crowning moment for you?
My crowning moment had to have been one of two. Icy Hot, which I'm just gonna start calling him now. His moment of clarity when Deku and him were fighting, and he realized that he needed to use that fire side because it would help him in the long run. And like I knew it hurt when he used it because like, oh man, I'm using what my dad gave me. But then he realized, wait, I can still use this and not have to be for him. Like that moment, oh man, I was like I was emotionally like excited. That's the best term I could come up with for him, because like I never thought he was going to do it. I thought he was just going to just lose the battle because he was going to be hard-headed and just not you do it. But he did, and it was amazing. It was amazing. It was a great fight, but I think the best one was between Icy Hot and Explosion Man.
Oh yeah, and Pop Rocks.
Oh my god. Him, like, I ain't gonna lie, I was actually cheering for Bakugo the whole time. Now, I know I said Deku was my favorite, but I can't help it. Like, I freaking love that guy. Bakugo, man, he's like the best character on there, in my opinion.
Yeah. You see, I like that fight. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, okay. But like, what I loved about their fight was that they were Bakugo was really wanting to go all in, and I also actually think that would be a fight that I kind of disliked as well, because like, I mean, I understood why, but I see how it wouldn't use his left side, so he went back to that right after that moment of clarity. So like he was kind of like kind of trapped. Like, I don't think I'm ready to use this yet, but I loved it because it showed Bakugo finally gaining that top that he wanted.
Yeah.
It showed him reaching up there like he always said he would, and like when he said I was gonna win and pissed off everyone, oh man, that was amazing. So like when he finally got that fight, oh man, it was just like, it was amazing. And like the ending was kind of not a letdown, but it was what's the word I'm looking for? It's like it was good, and then he gets to win, but not in the way you think it was, because like it looked like they were gonna like have this big battle in the end, and it just turned out that Icy Hot just decided, I'm just gonna lose this match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it was a good fight for what it was, and it really showed both characters. Like it showed both characters really wanting to get to the top. Actually, I mean, it showed everybody the whole thing. But out of the whole thing, I think those were my two favorite fights of that whole thing,
Yeah. Which
at least.
you know what, we agree on the Deku and Icy Hot fight because the way that fight went, because you know at this point, like Deku, he really can't control his power like that. Like he has a general idea of how he can control his power as far as one for all goes, but
Yeah.
he still can't. He wasn't at that point as like he was later on in the series, and so
Yeah.
when it's time to just, you know, we're gonna do this, he takes that glove off and he makes that dump hand, and he's like, yeah, you know, this is it, and
Yeah.
the way he ineffectively used his powers was great.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And fight because
Oh,
he,
yeah.
like you said, he convinced Icy Hot to use his fire side. He was able to counter his ice attacks, and even though it cost him his, you know, his fingers and everything, he made it work. And so that was something that I really liked, because it was not just my quirk against your quirk, it was actually my will against your will. And
Yeah.
it really went in depth, because like, look man, you know, you're not, if we keep fighting like this, you know, it's not going to end well for either one of us, because one, you're cold, you're shivering, and you need to use your heat, because if you don't, you're going to lose. And then Deku at the same time, he can't keep breaking his fingers, because now I mean, like, you know, you're done at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty cool too. But I think the moment that during this particular fight that made me just like, I had to pause it, I had to get up and take it. I paced back and forth, was that moment when Deku used up all his fingers with you know, one for all, because he's using it at 100. He's using it at 100%. And so he has his thumbs, and he puts the power in his thumb, and he puts his thumb in his mouth. And when he flicked his thumb out of his mouth and he threw everything up, man, listen, that did it for me. I was like, that was the best part. To me, that was the best part of the entire series. Like, they could have, after that fight, they could end the series just like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like that was a damn good fight. And like, as I talk about it now, I get excited about it. That was a really good fight. And so, with that being said, the second fight, 'cause I know the second one you were saying it was between Bakugo and Icy Hot, but I really liked Bakugo versus what's her name? The girl with the gravity. I think her name's like just Zero Gravity or something. But
Yeah.
Achika, yeah. She had a very good fight. And because up to that point, she was okay. She wasn't a great character, but she was okay. I won't say she wasn't. She was a good like side character. She's a good love interest with Deku. As far as like combat ability, you couldn't really bring it to the table like other quirks could. And
Yeah.
the way she fought Bakugo, because everybody knew she was at a clear disadvantage. And so he kept rushing him. And at first I'm just like, this is a boring fight, because he's gonna keep blowing her away. And
Yeah.
that was pretty much the fight, but it was the way it was handled, because he just looked at it as, I'm gonna just keep her at bay, or I'm not gonna let her get in closer. She can touch me, and she's sending all this debris to the air, and you can't see it, because once he uses his quirk, once he blows stuff up, it's smoke. It's, you know, you can't really see for a little bit of time. So as all this is going on, all this debris is just steadily just rising in the sky. And so when she drops it on him, because everybody's thinking like, man, this is terrible. This is not a good fight to watch, and they're booing him. And I didn't like the fact too that, and you mentioned something before I actually started watching the series. You were like, yeah, you know, this anime is gonna tug at your emotions. And at first I thought it didn't, but as I look back on it, the way I felt, they wanted you to feel that way as you watch the anime, which is something a lot of animes really can't do. And so when the crowd was booing Bakugo for not ending the fight, because he's like, oh, he's just toying around with it, but then he wasn't toying around, he was actually using full force. And so we're in a fight, we're in a battle, and I'm going to use my full power to beat you, regardless if your quirk is trash or if your quirk is great. I'm going to go 100% at you. And so I could understand his perspective. Really, I could understand both their perspectives from where they're coming from. And it was just that from the outside looking in, for people who aren't competing, they wouldn't understand what's really at stake, because it's not just a festival. It's not to these kids, it's not just fun. It's this is, will I become a hero through this or not? Because one bad performance and I won't get, nobody will want to recruit me to be a hero. So now I have to constantly bring my A game. And so with that being said, when she drops the rocks on him, because one thing that I noticed as well is that was a lot of debris. Like that was a absurd amount of debris that she was going to drop on him. And if he wasn't able to handle that, she probably would have killed him on live television.
On live television. We'd have died right there.
Yeah.
Granny could not kiss him back to life.
No, ain't enough kisses that can bring that boy back, I'm telling you. So, but yeah, and then the way he looked at it too, because he looked, at first he was surprised, and I'm like, yo, what is he gonna do, man? Like, we don't know, because at that point we kind of knew he has like very good explosive abilities, but at the same time we didn't know how far that would, to what extent his went. And so and it showed you
like it. Yeah, but I mean, it's not even that either. Like, he's really good, like combat wise. Like, he knows, like he studies his opponents, like in the fight, and then once he knows their techniques, like he can just fight around them. And one thing about this matchup is that he wasn't thinking that she was weak. He knew she was strong, which is why he was going all out. And he was fighting the way he did because he knew if he let up just one time, she would have won that match. And it was all proven at the end when she had all that stuff and all that dirt in the air. He knew she was planning something. He just didn't know what. Until he looked up, I guess.
You can see it on his face, man. When he looked up and he saw how much crap was in the sky, he was just like, man, like, that's what she's been up to this whole time.
Boy.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And then as he uses his explosive quirk, man, you can hear like the popping in his arms, because oh man, hold on, quick side note. And the reason why I actually like this too is because they explain that quirks, you just can't spam your quirk. It's an extension of yourself. It's like your muscles. Like, you can't overwork it because it'll be very detrimental to you. And so as he's going down all this debris, you can hear the popping in his arms because it's stressful on his arms. And I was like, oh man, that might come into play later on. Now it didn't, but at the same time, it's something.
Oh, it did.
It did?
Yeah. When he fought All Might?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Came into play.
I was
viciously too.
Yeah, because I was thinking about just the festival, but yeah, you do drive a way home, because when he fought All Might, he did he break something in his arm, or like just was it? It may have been broken. I don't know, but he was holding his arm, because like when he did that first big blast, because usually he keeps the grenade things there because it creates that sweat because it's hot in there. But once those are off, it's his own game. Like, he has to create that sweat himself. So if he has no sweat to create and he throws that fire out, that's gonna hurt something. And so because he was using so much against All Might, that was probably breaking his arm. Who knows what injuries he's got from there? All I know is he ain't eating soup by himself for a while now. Yeah.
Oh man. But I don't want to jump around, but that whole thing made me love this guy even more. And I think um, that there's more to him, than we think we know. Because like so far, up until that point, all we saw was this really angry kid. But I don't want to talk about him yet because we're still talking about what's your name, Ochko. So let's
Yeah, I
continue.
mean, we can at this point. Yeah, man, it doesn't even matter at this point. Um, but yeah, like I mean, and you mentioned you mentioned he's always upset, and I know we spoke a little bit about this uh previously, but
Yeah,
I I felt like it's really no reason for him to be that upset. I understand that, like, yeah, man, no, you want to be number one, you were number one, now you have a little bit of competition, and it's one of those things where you got people that are stealing your moves, people that are they biting your steeds or whatever it is, and you like, man, I can't have this. Like I'm upset. You know what I mean? And I can understand
yeah,
that, but at the same time, like he is so mad that it just I don't know, man. Like when he's like they had to strap this guy to like the pole, like they had to chain him up and strap him to the pole during the sports festival because he was just that mad. I'm like, why is he so upset? You know what I mean? Like it's no like they show you like why he's kind of upset, why he gets upset when he sees Deku, but to the degree
mm,
of how mad this guy gets, like I can't think of anything in the world that would make me like that mad.
you know, I do have to admit he is kind of unrealistically mad all the time, but then again, like he's got I don't know. I have like a theory why he's always angry, but I mean it's also part in the show too. But like he's always it's because he wants to be like the best, and it's hard to be the best, when someone like Deku, who was supposed to be beneath him, is going above him, and it's just it's so weird because like he feels like he should never lose, and he's feeling like he's losing to him. So he's trying to do the best he can to be better than Deku. I think this is going to end up being like a Vegeta or Goku thing.
Man, I was just about to say that.
But it's like it's going to be halfsies though, because Deku doesn't want to fight the man. But I think at one point he feels like he's gonna have to because he's already punched him. They've already punched each other in the face.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna come to play. But like it's so weird though, because like even though he's so angry, he he's not going towards villainy. He's like probably one of the greatest heroes out there, second to Deku. And hell, even Asui, the frog chick. I think she's gonna be a
Bro,
great
girl?
hero. Yes, she's gonna be a great hero. But like this man, like I don't know if you've noticed it, but every time he fights villains, he always fights thinking about everyone else. And the way he does it is he doesn't think about um, if they're gonna be okay. He analyzes everything. Depending on who's around him, he'll know who can take care of themselves and who can't. So the person who can't take care of themselves, he'll go fight that battle, right? He'll go fight that battle and make sure that that enemy is dead. And I do mean dead because let's face
Yeah.
facts. He ain't trying to arrest anybody.
Nah.
Yeah, so once that enemy is dead, the other guy is gonna be on his own because he knows he's not gonna need their help.
Pretty much.
So like that's his battle instincts, and I know that is probably the most backwards thing any hero will think, but like that's what I believe he is because it showed whenever the school was attacked and he was talking to who was it? Was it Kishimura? Yeah,
Yeah.
Kirishima.
Yeah, with the red
Kirishima, I think.
hair, Red
Yeah, red
Riot.
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like he was telling he was telling Bakugo, hey, we should go help the others. He says, nah, don't need to worry about them. Let's take care of these guys. They'll be all right. And he wasn't wrong. He knew everybody's strength. He even knew Deku's strength. He knew he had a reason there. He knew he was going to be able to take care of himself. And, I think right now it's starting to show why the two of these kids that can never communicate is always friends, because no matter how much they hate each other, they're always going to have each other's backs because they know each other's weaknesses. And so they do what they can to kind of balance that, even though they're doing everything they can to counterbalance it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like they're counterbalancing is what's balancing it. It's a very unorthodox situation.
It's like putting magnets in oil and water, like finding a way to make those stick to magnets and then putting them in together. It's gonna be all kinds of weird shit going on.
Yeah. and it's funny that you mentioned that too, because when they fought All Might, they Deku ended up using one of Bakugo's like grenade launchers, and he almost like dislocated his shoulder because he didn't know how to use it. Because every time you see like Bakugo use his special move, he always turns his back and he points the cannon in front of him. So when he fires it, it's a natural rhythm, it's a natural rotation, so it doesn't dislocate his shoulder, it doesn't break anything, because that's a lot of firepower. Like they told him before, he can't use that technique indoors because it's weight with his quirk, his explosive just power. It's too much destruction, you know what I mean? And so which is funny that Deku was the one who actually got that not secret technique, his special technique, because if it would have been anybody else, that shoulder or arm may have came off. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things, man, where it's they put them together for a reason, and a lot of things line up when they do at least try to work together. But at the same time, it doesn't match. Like it's like All Might said, it's gonna take so much time and effort and just patience to make that work. It's unreal, man.
Yeah. It is.
You mentioned Sue, the frog chick. So you think she's gonna be the next best thing since canned bread?
Oh yeah. In my opinion, I know that this show keeps saying that it's how Midoriya ends up being the greatest hero, but I think she's gonna be it because she has everything no one else has. Her heart and spirit is in it, always, every day, every time, no matter what she's doing. She may not seem like it, but it seems like she's always thinking of what it takes to be a great hero, and she knows her weaknesses and her strengths. I mean, when she fought, when her and Tokiyomi, or his hero name Tsukuyomi, I remember that because Itachi. Let's go. But she said it whenever the two of them were trapped by that teacher. She hit the key inside her stomach, and she hates doing that because she has to spit things out. She thinks it looks gross, but she's willing to sacrifice that, to save, themselves, to get them to win, to beat the bad guy, to stop him at whatever the cost. That right there, she's gonna be like, she put herself in danger more times than any of these other people, in my opinion. Because think about it. When her Deku and Mineta.
Oh, talking about my boy Grape Juice. Yeah, man.
So yeah, when they were up against 13 hands, or 13 as you call them, she knew what she was getting herself into. Yeah, I mean, kind of, because she didn't know his power, but she knew he was dangerous, especially the big dude.
Yeah.
What was that thing's name?
Nomu. Yeah.
Nomu. So like, she went to save Midoriya without hesitation. And that's one thing I've noticed about her. She does everything without hesitation.
Yeah,
And that's what makes, a great hero. I think she's gonna be good,
yeah, she definitely.
especially after her internship with the seal.
Yeah,
It's gonna be something. She's gonna
yeah. 'Cause I know that I was gonna mention that to her internship because they asked her, they're like, yeah, you're on the ship with us and the captain's cool, real strong, and how do you like it so far? She's like, no man, I hate it. Like I'm cleaning up and I'm not doing hero stuff. And they're like, yeah man, this is what we do. And she kind of she didn't really want to get with the system. She's like, yeah man, I want to save people. I want to be a
Mhm.
hero. And then once she finally got the opportunity, and she was able to prove her worth. And I guess that's really what she wanted to do because these, as we see them as like characters or whatever it is, but when you really kind of put yourself in their shoes, they're teenagers and all they want to do is, I want to show you guys I can do this. I want to prove to the people who came before me that yeah, I'm capable of doing something good, and this is something that I've always dreamed about, and this is something that I'm ready for. Don't hold me back. And it's not that; it's just that since they're more experienced, they don't they don't really know what they can handle, and then you can see that kind of go on during internship. When she finally gets her opportunity to, she really grabs the bull by the horns. I guess if that's the proper expression, but she makes it happen, man. I mean, like she saving people, spitting stuff up, being a frog. Like she did everything she was supposed to do, and I mean, like her quirk is it's it's a good quirk. At first, when I saw it, I'm like, nah, man, she's not gonna go far. But like you said, she knows her strengths, she knows her weaknesses, she knows where she needs to be at, and she's cool with that. She's fine with that. And when she's in her niche, like she even said it. When USJ got attacked when they're at that building for the disaster relief. It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, if I'm in the water, nobody can touch me. You know what I mean? Like she knows this, and
Yeah.
so she's wherever she goes, wherever she ends up, whether it's like water or like mud or anything like that, man, she's just gonna be phenomenal. But you mentioned my boy Grape Juice, and I gotta say behind Racerhead, okay, no, I'll say this: their home teacher Racerhead and Grape Juice, they're tied for my favorite character. I don't know.
Yeah.
Grape Juice, my boy, man. He, yo, he he comes in. He's like, look, man, I like girls, man. And whenever they
That's it.
yeah, and it's something when they were getting to when they first got their costumes, and you see him, like I didn't know what his name was. I didn't know what he did. All out like they just the first I want to say 2 or 3 times they showed him, he'll just pop up and he'll give you the thumbs up and he'll like disappear. And I was like, that's my guy. That's the guy I'm following this entire way through. He's on to something. And I you know what, I bet on him, man, and he didn't let me down. Like he didn't let me down, man. For that Grape
Oh, he
Juice,
did.
that's my boy, man.
Yeah, I have a newfound respect for that kid because at first I was like, oh man, this kid ain't going places, and then shut me up. Oh man, that kid's gonna be it.
Yeah, man. Because his quirk,
But
his
you know who's
go ahead.
but you know who's better than him? In my opinion, everyone who's gonna be on number one.
Who's that?
You good?
Who good?
Hashtag laser navel. Let's go.
Man, listen. That dude, look, man. I know that's your boy, bruh. But Naval Laser guy, that dude's trash, bruh. Like, he can't use his power for like more than a second and a half, otherwise his stomach hurts, man. Like, how good are you gonna be to anybody if you can't use your power?
He said it so gracefully too. Oh man, he's probably like the most useless hero there. But you gotta give it to him, man. That confidence, one
Yeah,
hundred percent. No, 110%.
yeah. I saw him. And
All
I'm
right,
like,
but I was gonna say continue with Mineta.
Oh yeah, because when they first showed you his quirk, I'm like, make sticky purple balls that stick to anything. I was like, nah, man, he has no business here. Get him out of here. And I was like, no. I was like, wait a minute, don't be too quick to judge him. Just let him cook for a little bit and see what he does. And once they kept showing his character, and I'm like, you know what, man, he's just a kid, and he's more so one of the more immature kids. But at the same time, that's what makes his character work, because he's just this small little kid, and he has one thing on his mind, and he goes for it. And so they give him his moment when he has to fight Midnight, and they put him up against his weak. Yeah, we're gonna put you up against Midnight. She's the R-rated hero, which I think is weird that they have R-rated heroes or different rated heroes and different things like that. But that's for another time. They put him up against his weakness, and he's crying. The dude's crying blood, man. He's like, look, he's like, I don't know what to do, man. All I make is these little purple balls, and she's Midnight. If I breathe around her,
he was crying. He was crying blood because fucking Hanto Zero.
Yeah, the tape guy.
Fucking, tape kid. He was mad because he was laying in what's her face's lap. So he was not having it.
He would rather be laying in her lap than old boy, but he was like, nah, man. Mm-hmm. And he got he did it right. He ran away, and I don't think he didn't plan it the entire time. He found his confidence in that very moment, because he was running away.
He knew it. He knew exactly what was going on. He knew what he was doing, because he said he even told her he knew that her weakness was when they run, because he knew she was going to give chase. So he ran away from the exit, and then what he did was he took the scotch tape and he put it on his nose and ran towards her. And then I have no better way to say this. He put his balls on her and made her get stuck.
Yeah. Put his balls all over it. Yo, that had me dying laughing, bro. Because I'm like, yo, Grape Juice, he doing this thing right now. I laughed the entire time.
He's got my attention.
Trying to think, any other like extremely, like overall, like I mean, as a whole, man, like
noticeable moments. We've got to talk about the tag team, Kirishima and Tetsu.
Oh, you talking about the steel guy?
Yes,
man. Listen,
every time they were on scene, it was the best thing in the world. Their fight was amazing. When they interned, it was amazing. I want to see more of those guys. I want them to have a side show made strictly for them to just give them a reality series. Something.
No, man, and it was funny because they have the exact same power, and
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they're like the same person, and I was like, yo, like what are they going with this? And when they fought each other, and it was, I'm steel, I can turn my body into steel, and Red Riot can harden his body up and
harden his body.
I was like, I was like, man, this is the most stalled match. This is the most stalliest match I've seen, but it was good, man, because it was heart. It was a bunch of heart going on. And
that's it.
Then they had that arm wrestling competition. And what I found interesting too was that the steel guy, he has to eat like iron. He has to eat a bunch of iron to make his steel tougher. I didn't know that at first until he said it.
And I love that about it, though. That puts a kind of science to all of their quirks. And I know you've already said it. I know we've already said it, or you've already said it, but it adds on to that to learning about how quirks work. So that means that you can't just like spam your quirk out. Like you said, it's a muscle, but because it's a muscle, it's a physical thing. You have to also, I want to say, feed it, but you know, it it just it. I like how they deliver on the weakness of all their quirks. It's amazing.
On the note, I would say on the way they go about it. It's one of those things where, like I said, it's a reasoning behind it, it's a purpose behind it, and with that being said, like those two, and then you have Racerhead as well. Like I mentioned him a little bit earlier. His quirk, I like his quirk, and at the same time, it's kind of a hindrance too, because he can cut your quirk off completely, and then once he blinks his eyes,
Yeah.
your quirk is back, and that's a pretty dope quirk. Like he can stop a lot of people at one time from
Yeah.
using their quirk, but he just has to his eyes open, which I mean, it must be like a strain. It has to be like a super strain on his eyes. Like, cause I mean, and throughout the series, they show him putting in eye drops and he's always trying to go to sleep because he's had his eyes open all day. And
Yeah.
it's just weird, man. Because like, wouldn't that? I would think that would mess with his eyesight to like an extreme degree, because you can't just spam it. He can't just spam his quirk because he have his eyes open like, literally all day, and he probably go blind like Naruto, Itachi,
Well,
Amaterasu.
blind. You just if he continued using eye drops, water drops, he'd be fine. Like those surgeries where they have to keep your eyes open. The only thing they do is just keep adding those eye drops because your eyes have to be moist. That's why we blink. So I mean, he could use it, but it'd be a hassle because he'd have to stop fighting. He'd be like, "Hold on, guys, just give me a second." Plop, plop. Okay, let's go. Let's continue. I don't think any villain's gonna just like wait, unless they're like super nice. Then what's the point of being a villain?
True. Yeah.
That's what we need. We need a villain with a good heart.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he was like I said. I like this. I like that. I initially thought his ability was from the opening scene. They show him with those cloth straps, and he's able to like make him move and like restrain people. I thought that was his, but it was he can just get rid of your eyesight. Oh, that's pretty dope. Then they didn't explain how he makes the cloth like stiffen up and wrap around people. Like,
because the cloth, it's not a normal type of cloth. It's got like I want to say augmented. It's got some kind of special material in there that makes it like a metal, so it won't break easily. And what it does is, it's hard to say. It's like you can just make it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird to say.
Yeah.
Elaborate on that, I think.
Yeah, he explained it. He's like, yeah, man, it's this cloth I got, and fibers is like this weird metal type stuff, and when it gets like a certain, I don't know if he said like a current or if he does something to it and it makes it stiffen up and it's like super durable. But I was like, yeah, I mean that's cool, and I probably just overanalyzed it for the sake of me overanalyzing because I do that, but he explained what it was made out of, but they never really explained how he makes it stiffen up and lasso people and even strain them. Because I'm like, yo, like your quirk, your thing is like quirk removal. Like you stop quirks from happening while you look at them. Your quirk isn't to manipulate cloth, no matter how reinforced it is. And so like I was not bummed out, but I was like, they could have like in one line of dialogue just said, yeah, man, this is how I do it, and then move on from there. But other than that, like I said, he's still one of my favorite characters. Just the way, because I like the way he looks, I like his quirk, I like how he fights.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's just all around a good underrated character. or hero. He's a very underrated hero because nobody really knows about him.
Okay, I found information on the cloth. It's a cloth that is made from a steel wire alloy woven with carbon nano fibers. Doesn't say how he's able to use that. Okay, so it's a heavy cloth that can just be used to catch people. So I guess it has a mind of its own. No, I don't know.
The cloth
Maybe
knows.
maybe it's got the cloth has a cork. I guess. I don't know, man. Like, there's no, oops. There's like no way to like wrap a person around in a cloth without being able to move it somehow. There's nothing like that cloth. Let's be real. That's like the most unrealistic shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
You know what it remind me of? It remind me of Doctor Strange's cape. It really does.
Ooh. I'll give you one even better. Rock Lee's bandages on his hands. He does the same thing, except his shit isn't made of carbon nanofiber. It's just regular bandages. Man, go see about him.
Yeah.
Huh, pun.
Dang.
We're working.
Yeah, we went through festival, because I know we didn't go through all the characters, but we'd be here like all day.
Oh yeah,
we went through all the characters. Mention Stain. Oh, I don't think we mentioned Stain, but I mean, I guess at this point it doesn't even matter. His quirk.
It is interesting.
I mean, it really is, and I guess yeah, okay, we can go ahead and get into that too. Because his quirk is just if he ingests your blood, paralyzed, done.
Paralyzed.
Is I think the correct term is blood curdling.
Yeah, blood curdling.
Yeah,
curdling. Yeah, it is, man. It's actually pretty scary when you think about it. Because like, how do you fight against that? You know, especially if you get caught in it. That's something you don't want to do.
Yeah. I think too, it's because it's different. It's different times for different blood types, and I think for if you're A or like AB, it lasts the longest. And then if you're O, it's the least amount, which conveniently Deku has O blood, so it only works on him.
Conveniently.
Yeah, super convenient. It only works on him for like 5 minutes, but everybody else they were out for 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes max. Like with him, I really enjoyed Stain, not because like he's a weirdo, but like, well, partially because he's a weirdo, but mostly because the way he's conditioned. Like, he doesn't have super strength, doesn't have super speed. He's just very conditioned and well versed in his craft and how he fights with his blades, man. It was just, he's like, yeah, man, nobody's gonna kill me but All Might. And I'm gonna make damn sure of it. And proved it. Like he really proved it, because even when everybody showed up and he was beaten up, he got loose. Like got loose and he killed something else. And he was like, yeah, man, who else wants it? And if his rib wouldn't punctured his lung, he probably would have killed somebody else. Just saying.
Oh yeah, must have murdered somebody.
Oh, but you know who we did talk about though? Gran Torino, the old guy.
Yo, Gran Torino, good guy. He's a dick, but he's a good guy.
What do you mean he's a dick? Like he's like I like this character a lot.
He would sit there and fake being senile. No, you can't do that, man.
Yeah.
Talking about who are you? But yeah, let's talk about this guy. So that super speed. First off, him or Flash?
Oh man, I like him, but I don't like him that much. I gotta give it to the Flash.
Yeah. Okay. So he loses against Flash. We'll put him in that column there. But yo, as far as teaching goes, This man is magnificent. Probably why All Might gave Deku to him. That was actually pretty smart of him. 1 point fair, All Might.
Yeah.
But yeah, continue.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I love the way he was. That was weird. I love the way he was fleshed out. They didn't work too hard on him. They were just simple guy living his life. Comes back in to teach, and that's it. Well, except for the deep shit that talking to All Might about. Which we can get into that later.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they showed him fight. I like to see that, and it shows just how much experience that he had. He took on 2 of those Nemo creatures by himself. It was by himself until what's his face showed up.
And
Firehead.
Yeah.
Ozark.
Fire Lord Ozark.
Fire Ozark guy. Yeah. But I love seeing that. I'm actually glad they did that. I thought we weren't going to see him fight, and that was going to be a letdown.
Yeah, because like I said, when they first introduced him, in the way they introduced him, because they showed him All Might wrote the letter to him, and they kind of showed him a little bit, but you didn't know what you didn't. No, actually, they showed his house. They didn't actually show. They showed the whereabouts of his house and what it looked like on the inside. They showed him I guess where he read the letter, but then once you finally get there and Deku thinks he's dead and he's like, nah man, I just spilled some stuff, who are you, what's going on my house? And he's training him, and I felt he did a good job of training him because he showed him things that All Might couldn't. We haven't really talked about All Might. I guess we can go to him next, but with Torino, he was a better teacher because he taught All Might. And you would think if somebody who learned, if All Might's the greatest hero of all time, and this guy trained him, All Might should have picked up something. Yeah, All Might should have picked up something where he can, somebody else gives one for all to teach him a little bit better.
Rand did say that All Might was not the smartest guy from the bunch. He just trained him how to fight. That's all he knew.
Yeah.
But he knew Deku was smart.
Yeah.
So he trained Deku to be smarter than to fight, because that could come later on when he needs it.
I like how he did it as well. As that being said, he with the microwave and I guess I don't know what kind of fish that was, but I guess it was some kind of sweets they have. And he's like, yeah, man, go put him in the microwave, make me breakfast. And so he puts him in the microwave and the timer goes off and he brings it to him. He's like, look, man, what are you doing? This is cold. And he's like, oh yeah. And from that experience of him messing up, he's like, yeah, you didn't heat it up. You didn't evenly, because the plate's hot, but product's cold. And he's like, yeah, that's how I can use my power. And I didn't even know the fact that he set him up to do that. I just thought it was just some weird spoof they had in the show, because it is an anime, it's a cartoon, so you're gonna laugh at some point. I laughed at the whole situation. I'm like, yo, I was like, yeah, you don't know how to cook stuff in a microwave, and you're like this super smart kid. And then he uses that logic to improve how he uses his power, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. I don't know any other teacher who is just as good as him. Yamato? I don't know. He was scary though. But this man, I don't know. He's scary too. He can be scary too. Side note, Shane. So we've been calling Fingers 13.
Yeah.
We have to change his name because there's a teacher by the name of 13. The astronaut.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So if anyone's watching, I'm pretty sure they're like, I don't remember her doing that.
Yeah, they probably gonna kill me in the comment section, but whatever. It doesn't matter, because like I said, I think I mentioned earlier, I knew they had the 13 with the black hole power. But then I heard him say it again, and I was like, another 13. So I counted the hands that were on the guy, and I guess it just so happened to be 13 hands. So I was like, okay, I'm calling him 13 now. But yeah. So his what's his name?
I was just gonna start calling him Fingers.
Fingers. Okay, yeah, that's that. Well,
Fingers.
he's Fingers now.
He's Fingers now. Let's go. But it's Tomura Shigaraki.
Yeah, we're gonna stick with Fingers on. But yeah, man. Yeah, Torino was a good team. And he's strong too. Like you said, he fought the Numbers. Mentioned he's like, damn, like I'm out of touch because I cracked the sidewalk. You know what I mean? Like he, I wouldn't say he was losing his step. It was just that he hasn't been in action so long that he has to get back into regulating his strength. Which for an old guy, like that says a lot.
Oh yeah, like, oh man. So since we're talking about teachers, we gotta continue talking about the teachers. And one that I want to get on is Nezu, the principal. I know he's not a teacher, but still, god damn it. Who saw that coming, right?
Yeah, it caught me off guard.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Like, I thought he was going to be all nice about it. That man went batshit insane. And it was lovely.
Yeah, he, which I didn't know what to expect from his character. Because they would show him periodically. I'm thinking, okay, so the principal's a dog or a ferret or a giant rat. I don't know. Something. But I was like, what's his deal? Like, why is he the principal? Like, what can he do? And he's just super smart. Which is ironic because he got smart from humans experimenting on him. But at the same time, he's smarter than humans now. Like, I find that very funny how we mess with stuff, man, and end up making it better than what we are. But that's neither, I guess, there. Yeah, he what's that?
Said or worse.
Yeah, or worse.
Depending on how you look at it.
Yeah.
Now, I knew something was up with him because of the eye. Like every time I saw him, I always had in the back of my mind, what happened to him to get that cut over his eye? And how did he survive? That was the only thing I thought. So like that kind of scared me a bit, but I just let it go because he was so nice.
Man, that's all a front. Like, give him an opportunity, man. He'll get you.
I was laughing while simultaneously drinking coffee, spilling it everywhere. Just, oh man, beautiful. There's not much to say about the teachers, though. Eraserhead, we talked. He is what he is. I mean, he's amazing, in my opinion. All Might, All Might is like a fucking. You know, All Might reminds me of. His power reminds me of. What's his name? Silver Surfer. He's just nothing but pure power. That's it. That's crazy. Like the man, he creates storms with his fists. Who does that?
I thought you were gonna say Alex Louis Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist. I was like, that for some odd reason that's who I think about sometimes. See him, and maybe because
which one is that? The guy with the mustache?
Yeah, he
that
punches stuff.
I haven't gotten very far in that show, but every time I see him, I fall in love with that guy. He's amazing.
Yeah.
And I saw this thing where he meets this other guy. I don't know who this guy is. Like, he's got black hair, and they just start like arm wrestling or something like that. They wrestle each other, and like they always take their shirts off. And it's a bigger dude. Like, dude is big. I don't know if you've seen it, but like they just they always rough house. They clothesline everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I can see that.
I think the reason why I think that, I guess I actually saw 1 or 2 episodes of uh Academia. It was dubbed, and the guy who voices All
Mhm.
Might is the guy who voices Alex Louis Armstrong.
Uh,
So when I heard him talk, I'm like, oh yeah, that's Alex Louis. So now like
oh,
when I
he
see
also
All
voiced
Might,
Piccolo.
yeah. So when I hear him talk, or if I see All Might in the picture or like in the scene, I'm like, yeah, man, that's Alex Louis Armstrong. That's Piccolo. That's King Kamiklo. And
King Piccolo.
like yeah, he All Might, his powers, like I said, he's the greatest hero, and I mean he's on a whole nother level. But and at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
he mentioned it, I think earlier in the first season, he's getting weaker since he passed his
Yeah.
power on, and to think that he's getting weaker and he's crushing refrigerators like it's nothing, beating up Nomu, and even though
Mm-hmm.
it cut time off his usage of One for All, he still beat something that was genetically modified to stop him. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
yeah, he really put in work.
Now, speaking of All Might, since we're talking about him, we gotta talk about his nemesis, uh, All for One. What do you
Yeah,
think? What do you think that's gonna be like when he ends up putting himself? Do you think he's gonna put himself in the show? Like, not in the show, but in the scenario, in the scenes. Do you think he's gonna? Do you think we're gonna see him fight? If so, who? That's what I want to know.
I I don't think we're gonna see him like get out his chair and go fight somebody. I think it's gonna be more along the lines of he's behind a lot of stuff. He's like a Dr. Claw, or like a, like somebody who,
Yeah,
you know who the
scratching
enemy is.
the
Yeah,
yeah,
you know who he
scratching
is.
his cat. You did it again, Deku.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I feel like he's gonna be a character like that, where like, because like they said before, at the end of the series, he's like, yeah, I'm grooming Fingers to be the next me. And so
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's gonna be one of those situations where, yeah, One for All, he's on the move again, quote unquote, but he's just using pieces to set things up so Fingers can be the next one in line, or he, like I said, he's gonna take his body. If he does get up and like fight somebody, he's gonna do it through Fingers' body. I don't think
Oh
I
yeah,
don't yeah, I don't think like Fingers is gonna be like the end all be all. I think he's not the big bad.
just a
He's like
pawn.
he's like the middle. He's in the middle. Like, yeah, he Fingers to me is a middleman. And
Mm-hmm.
once he doesn't need him anymore, if he does take his body over, then yeah,
Yeah,
All for One, his fight was gonna be through his body, and then Deku's gonna have to fight that guy, because they make it seem through the first and second season that it's it's Fingers who is main antagonist, and he's set up
yeah,
directly to stop Deku from doing anything, because he's always looking at his picture. He's trying to find out who Deku is, like what's up with this kid and why is he All Might? Because I want to kill All Might, but the thing is, All Might, he's not going to be around that much longer. So the next best thing that's going to be comparable to All Might, because he even said it, you guys have similar powers. It's not a coincidence that
yeah.
you two have similar powers. And so I think what's going to happen is that since Deku is going to be the new All Might, Fingers is going to be the new All for One. And so
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how it's going to go down. What do you think about that?
I agree. I believe that's how it's gonna go down. Um, I mean, he's trading him to. I believe he's trading him to be the next. I mean, well, I mean, actually, that's how it works. Where every time they give off their power, it's to hand over their legacy, all that they are, to the next person. So yeah, that's definitely how it's gonna be. Um, I can't wait till it gets to that point. Actually, I think it's gonna be great to see Deku be the next All Might.
He'll improve, and especially now that he
Oh yeah,
this weak ability to see the at it before him, uh, which that was that was creepy to me.
oh my God, it was.
Only because, like I said, he was saying that All Might was there, and He's like, nah, man, like I didn't do anything. I watched the whole thing. He's like, no, but like you were in the vision that I had, and trying to say like, just you snapped out of it because of something. But I was like, he's telling me, he's like, listen, man, I saw you, 7 other people in the hallway, guys snapped me out of it, and so I think that's gonna play a deeper role in it too. It took me back to a point of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and that might be a reach to an extent, but and I can't think of any other like animated show that did what Avatar did, far as seeing people who've had the same power as you. And once that moment happened, I was like, yo, that took me right back to like the days of Aang, and he could see his past life.
Yeah. Now, the way All Might spoke of it, it sounds like that was only gonna happen once. But do you think there'll be another time that he'll be able to see them?
I think so, because the way it happened, because he really needed it. Because he was like, look, man, if I lose now, this is it for him. And it was like not life or death, but at the same time, it was a pivotal moment within the story, as far as them showing off what he can do with his power. And so, All for One, like how they've been explaining it, not All for One for All is it build upon it. Everybody who has it, they build upon it, and then they pass it on. And so like the way they did about the way they showed us situation, I feel like it's gonna happen again at some point. Maybe it might not be a recurring thing, like he spams it all the time, but just like if it's in that really like life or death situation, almost like Avatar state, it's like some weird defense mechanism that if you need it, they'll they show up and they help snap you out of whatever nonsense you're under. But I don't think it's gonna be something that it's gonna be like I don't think it's gonna be like a huge story point. It's just something there like his get out of jail free card.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I hope that'd be cool to see them again, just to see like who all the other previous holders were, because we only know 2 previous holders from him. It's All Might and the younger brother of the dude. That's it.
Oh, and it's 3 people. It's All Might, the younger brother of All for One, and the dude who had it before All Might. He died, but
he died.
Yeah, Deku doesn't know him, but we know of that guy. We know he was the line of One for All, and so I think it's like 6 other people, 5 or 6 other people. It doesn't matter. It's more people that we don't know about, and I don't think that they're gonna like explain who they were. I think it's just a thing that, like, yeah, those are like the past holders of power, and they're here to help me out. I don't think he's gonna need it. Got any like final thoughts or statements or anything you wanted to let him know for we head out?
Oh my god, I can't wait till season 3. But this is fun.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, I can't wait till season 3 though, man.
Season 3, we'll work something out for season. We'll have more of these. I enjoyed having you on, man. I enjoyed talking with you.
Oh, thank you. I enjoyed being here.
Yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up. If you guys like the video, if you stuck around this long, go ahead and drop a like. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Share this video. It'll be more. Season 3 come out. We're gonna have a season 3 discussion. We might even do a couple of different things throughout the series. So be on the lookout for that. And I think that's pretty much it. So we're out. Peace.